DJ Ferris.
The Chicago, nigga.
It's the real one.
Hit me.
Only one is pulling shit the fuck up.
Let's do the sports talk.
Absolutely spectacular from Luka Doncic.
His 22 career triple-doubles are the most of any player 21 or younger in NBA history. Earlier this year, he joined LeBron James as the only players in NBA history with 2,500 points, 500 rebounds, and 500 assists before turning 21.
Deep, green, hit it!
Player number 8, Mavericks guard Luka Doncic.
Will he ever become the best player in the NBA?
He has a real good shot. You know, I would still say Zion because Zion is his athletic.
Yes, he's more athletic than Luka Doncic. But his game is a lot different for Luka. Luka could spread the defense and have him run out to him to try to stop him from shooting the basketball. And he could break him down and get to the lane and score an easy layup. And then he break him down to get his guys open and pass it off because they focusing on what he's going to do and they collide on him. And everybody around him is open. He get everyone around him better. Zion, he's still years away because of that shot. He only go to the paint so that the defense could just clog up the lane and keep him from even scoring. You know, he can still score when he go to the lane because he's athletic, because he's powerful. He can back you down in the paint and score a hood shot at least. But it just it's a big difference. If he developed that shot, it will open up everything for him to keep the defense from clogging in when he go to the paint.
Athletic ability is just different. And Zion doesn't even shoot it yet. And he's a baby, and he's already better than just a run-of-the-mill all-star. But Luka's also a baby. He's 20 years old, and he's an MVP candidate. And by the way, he's not really shooting it yet. It's not like you can look at Luka and say there's nowhere to go. He looks like he's going to be a better shooter than the numbers say so far. That sometimes happens with high volume, high usage, very young players. You can see they can shoot, but the shooting percentage doesn't always reflect it because they got a lot to do all of a sudden. But Luka looks like and is putting up the numbers, and his team is winning already, even without Porzingis really at full steam yet. Looks like an MVP, team-carrying championship player. And given his age, you would think he's going to spend some years at some point as the best player in the game.
Well, first of all, I can't, summarily dismiss that. Luka Doncic is the real deal, no question about it. And talking to Rick Carlisle, he raves and raves about this guy and said one of the greatest genius moves he's ever done is simply stop being stupid and give this man the basketball. In February of his rookie year, he said, what the hell am I doing? This is the point guard for the squad. And as a result, that just unleashed Luka. We understand that. But I'm leaning.
Because once they turn everything over to him, they were trying to figure out who's going to be that next guy at the dirt. Who's going to be able to take over this team? Who's going to be the face of this franchise in a new era? And they turned everything to Luka, and he changed everything for them. He made them into a playoff team again, a team that could contend for a championship because of what he brings on the floor. And then he got Porzingis on the sideline to take the pressure off of him. So he don't have to have that load on his shoulders. He can lean on the next guy next to him, that's Porzingis.
Towards Jayson Tatum. I'm just a huge Jayson Tatum fan. He's about 3 inches taller, 2 to 3 inches taller than Luka Doncic. He's clearly a much better defender. He's averaging nearly 20 points on nearly 45% shooting and nearly 40% shooting from three-point range, which is considerably better than the three-point shooting of Luka. We like to see those step-back threes that he has hit, but nevertheless, he doesn't shoot with the degree of accuracy that Jayson Tatum shoots with from long range. And I just look at Jayson Tatum and what he's asked to do and how he's just 22 years of age. Just 22. He's got a handle. He's got a shot. He can go to the hole. He can finish at the basket. Plus, he can defend.
Yes. Like, he can defend very well. And that's where most of his points come from, because the steals that he get on that side of the ball. Lock it down and steal the basketball, that's get him an easy attempt because he's a good defender. He can go to the hole and have the defense collapse on him with that thing. He's going to shoot, and he could just blow past you and get an easy layup. Then he got a great step back, good shooter, so he got the whole package to be the face.
I love what I see from Zion. I love what I see from Luka. Both of those candidates clearly have the potential, but I got news for you. It would be a mistake to omit Jayson Tatum from this conversation. He is right there, and he can overtake anybody. He's got that kind of skill, that kind of length, that kind of athleticism, that kind of defensive prowess as well. He's got the package, man. He's something special.
Listen, I'm a big Tatum fan as well. A couple of years ago on this show, I was saying I think he can be the primary offensive option on a championship team. I thought that one of the reasons getting Kyrie out and bringing Kemba Walker in was good is because maybe they could focus on Tatum more as the primary option. And I see Tatum as maybe eventually an MVP type of candidate. As I said, primary option on a championship team. So that's like just about as good as it gets. But I do think that there's a level above that. Zion is different athletically. And though Tatum does certain things better.
It is. What hold Zion back is they get to the playoffs. They're going to do the same thing they did to Giannis. That's exactly what they're going to do to Zion. They'll claw the paint and make him into a jump shooter. And that's not one of his strong suits. Like, he's still years away from developing that shot. Once he developed that, it would help him a whole lot. Because come playoff time, then you don't have to worry about them clogging up the lane. Now they got to focus on you shooting the basketball. That's the difference. Once you get to playoff, it's a different breed. And that's all they're going to do is just put big bodies in front of him to clog up the lane and keep him away from the basket. He still can finish it, but at some point he's going to develop that shot a lot more to make his game a lot more better.
Luka's younger than Tatum by like a year and a half, and he's outperforming him so far. Luka is putting up he's like within spitting distance of a triple-double with 30 points. But Stephen A., he's doing it in the Western Conference for a team that's winning a lot more than it's losing, and his second banana, Porzingis, he's turned Porzingis into a second banana, isn't fully healthy yet. I just think that when you watch Luka play, you get the sense that you're watching a genius. Like when you watched Magic or Bird, like there was something just different about the way they saw the game, and I feel that way about Luka, not to mention the swagger and the confidence. If I had to order those three, maybe I go Zion 1, Luka 2, but that's really close, and then Tatum 3.
And to me, Zion would be 3 on the list. It's down to Tatum and Luka. And when I look at Luka, listen, I will tell you this. There's no question to me, if you're talking about brands, Luka's going to be bigger because he's global. You know what I'm saying? He's global. He's taking over the NBA to a degree right now, but we know what he is on the international.
Yes, he's very global. International. That he was already ready for the NBA. Because he was already professional overseas. On through his 10 years until he got drafted to the NBA. So he was already prepared for the NBA. That's why the game's coming so easy to him and slow down for him more, because he was already a professional overseas. So he was already ready for the NBA. He was already developed and accustomed to play in the league because he was already playing against grown men. He was already a professional basketball player before he got to the NBA.
Circuit. So from that perspective, considering the iconic international brand the NBA is, Luka wins that But I think that in terms of pure basketball, I'm not ruling out Tatum at all. He's right there.
You're sleeping on Zion. You're sleeping. He's just got started, and he's almost as good as those guys like just got started.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live stream.